Hello and welcome to Let's Create. Today we're creating letters to go on a little wooden plaque that say Little Free Library for my Little Free Library. Now I did this using GIMP and making my letters, making an SVG file out of my letters and importing that into Blender. The fun thing with that is you can make almost anything into an SVG file. So I am going to figure out how to use GIMP. I'm not 100% sure that I am great at it, but there we go. Okay, so I've got this little star here. I'm going to make it a bit bigger, and I'll use our star as an example. The color's white, so that won't work. There we go. Okay, so we've got a star. And what I'm going to do is so I used my letters, but we're going to do this star. So I went to selection tools on GIMP and I selected by color, clicked it. So it's selected now, and then I went over to selection and I went to select to path. And if we come over here, it's created my star as a path. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and export that file as star SVG. And now I have created a star SVG file. Okay, now I've come into Blender, and I have a default setup kind of showing my 3D workspace. So this highlighted box represents my printer space. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the default cube, and I'm going to import that SVG file. There it is. Okay. And then I'm going to scale it down because it's, there we go. And I'm going to set the origin to the geometry. And then I'm going to snap the geometry to the cursor. Okay, so now we have curve of a star. And then we go up to object. With our object highlighted, we go down to convert mesh from curve. And there we go. Our star is now a mesh. So I did this with my letters. Really, I could have done my letters in Blender all along. And anyway, so now our star is an object, and so I'm going to go to edit mode and highlight it and F to fill. And then, so now we have just a flat plain star. And now I'm going to export. So I'm going to extrude along the Z axis. Let's say 3 millimeters. We'll make that 3 millimeters. And now our star is an object that should be ready to 3D print. Let's check it out. And it looks like it's ready. So I'm going to go ahead and export the star file. And maybe we'll print that a little bit later too. There we go. Alright, let's go to the printer and check and see how the Little Free Library sign is getting printed. And I'm just gonna get things turned on and set up. I'm gonna switch filaments, and I'm gonna use the my Hatchbox wood filament that I am enjoying a lot. So let's just get the, let's auto home this guy. And let's go ahead and heat up our nozzle. And just put that up to 200. And we'll do the bed to 60. And we'll wait for that to heat up, and I'll get my filament ready. And we'll have to change our filament bowls because I have some white on here from when we did the labyrinth print. And so this is my, sorry, it's a little tricky to see there, my Hatchbox wood filament, and it's printing out pretty nice so far. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to print that little free library sign, and what I like about this is it can be sanded and painted or stained. So we'll have some little letters for the little free library. I still have to design library, but we'll have the little and the free part, and then we'll maybe make a take a book, leave a book sign. Okay, I'm just gonna stop our recording while we oh, we're getting there. Okay, so let's see. So I'm just going to take this filament out, roll it up on our roll nicely, and find my piece of tape to tape that. I'm going to tape that on there so the spool does not unwind. There we go. And we're going to put the Hatchbox on. Okay, got the filament in, so now we're just getting it all the way in there from the end. And did we get it all the way? Looks like it. Okay. And let's get our print going here. I need to put the card in. So there's our little itty bitty micro SD card, and it goes in the slot. Right there. And let's get our print going. Hopefully I'm printing the right file. This could be a little bit hilarious if I'm printing the wrong file. Hold on, something's not right. See, this is all about learning. And the extruder is not, we're not extruding filament for some reason. So we'll just see what is going on here. Okay, let's see if I can fix our problem. I think maybe the filament wasn't in far enough. Okay, that looks like it's probably fixed it. So let's go back and see. Okay, there we go. I think we're good. Now that's looking a bit better. Okay, so let's... Oh no, what did we do? Ooh, so we lost the L. Saved, okay. So let's get all of these letters off. I. Finally our E. Not the best glue, but it should do the trick. Okay, there's our sign. Now it's not perfect, and it would have been a bit better if I was a little bit more patient and let the paint dry and I wouldn't have some of those little splats. And if I was a bit more careful and probably had proper glue and positioned the letters a little bit more careful. However, I think the sign will work just perfect. Let's go put it on the library. There is the little free library, and I'm hoping to redo it sometime in the next little bit. We've got some books and a new little free library sign.